Hello, welcome to Yoga with Paige if you are new here, or welcome back if we are longtime friends. Today I am doing something a little different. We are I am on my personal journey of kind of practicing a new goal pose. So it is Pincha, which is a forearm stand. I have my headstand and I can link the video here. When I was learning this, I did a very similar video. I had a few drills that I had found and I recorded myself kind of showing you the drills that I was going to use, and then we practiced it. And then I just practiced those drills every day, took little videos every day, and then boom, a few months later, I have my headstand. So I'm kind of following along with the same general pattern of that. So if you are practicing your Pincha, if you aspire to learn Pincha, if you are practicing deepening your back bends, or you just want better upper body strength, then this will be great. You can practice these drills alongside me. It'll be a good little workout, even if nothing else is gained. But we'll have a slight little warm up, not too much. So if this is your first movement of the day, I recommend pausing this video right now. Give yourself a little bit of a warm up. We'll have a few things for the spine, the chest, but this is a full body exercise. So with that being said, all you need are 2 blocks for a few of the exercises to help reach lower, make it more accessible, open up, and also to help with alignment. So whenever you are ready, we can get started. Let's see how this goes. This is my first time practicing any of these and really trying to practice Pincha. I've tried to kind of throw myself up there, and that's just not how you should do it. Any posture for that example, for a handstand, headstand, anything like that. So much better to work through your foundation, have those foundational drills that you can return back to, and it really does create a solid base, because now I can not do headstand for 2 months and I can come right back into it because I have that solid base foundation of where my body is in space. So we'll see how long this takes me to achieve, and I would love it if you would join me in this fun little venture or follow along. Please feel free to give me any advice, tips, alignment, any sort of anything like that down below, and we can get started. So first, we are going to take just a really small little warm up. I'm already a little bit warmed up, so I recommend not doing these drills if you're not a little bit warmed up. You can definitely pause, take a little warm up before we start. We'll just have about 2 or 3 little exercises. But first, I want to open up the front of my quadriceps, my psoas. So just sending the pelvis up towards the sky on the shins. Really squeezing through the glutes. A lot of this is upper body and your core, but everything's all connected. So we like to have a little bit of a warm up, 1 more breath, and release the hips back down, carefully coming into tabletop. So first, warming up through the spine. Really spread the fingertips wide, ground down through the palms and the tops of the feet. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly. Feel the chest expanding forward. And exhale, really round and press away from the mat. We'll be using this action a lot here, the protraction and retraction of the scapula. So just taking a few rounds of these. Really gripping through the fingers, kind of warming up the wrists as well. Beautiful. Maybe adding in a little bit of hip sways, little hip side to side movements here, kind of warm up the hips. All right. And when you're ready, if you're following along with me here, we are coming into downward facing dog. So if this is your first downward facing dog of the day, take your time, walk the fingertips out, start to pedal out through the feet, warm up through the backs of the legs, knowing that this is not a rushed process, especially if you are trying to get Pincha. It will take some time. It will take some consistency. So really taking care to press away from the mat, sending the heels down as close as they can to the mat and the hips up. Feeling the lengthening happening as you squeeze the thighs together, reaching the heels down and the crown of the head forward. One more breath here. And then on your inhale, lift the heels. Slowly roll nice and high. Really protract through the shoulders. Pressing away from the mat, coming into a nice high plank. Lower down, chaturanga. And inhale. Upward facing dog, expanding through the chest, waking up the lower back. Taking these rolls a few times, so lifting the hips high, connect to the core, rolling over the toes, and downward facing dog. Lift the heels. Exhale to roll. Beautiful. Taking about one more of these. Maybe skipping the chaturanga this time. And then we can lower the knees down, send the hips back. Find small, tiny little pelvic tilts. So working through the lower back. Kind of giving yourself a chance to catch your breath here if you need it before we begin our drills. All right, she's back with her second block in action. Set those aside for later. So returning back to our tabletop, making sure your hips are stacked over your knees, and then carefully begin to slide the hands forward. Exhale, melting your chest. Now this might already be a little challenging or a little difficult, depending on how open you are. Allowing yourself some time to release, pressing through the hands, nice and active arms, helping yourself to open through the chest, the shoulders. Send your awareness there. Take a few more breaths. And when you're ready, we can come up, taking our blocks, placing them probably this way. So depending on how accessible this is and how deep you can go, we can place them either on top on the side or on the bottom, just to give yourself a little extra room. So find what works for you. Take your time, placing the hands on the blocks, and pulse it. Pulse. So nice and active. When you're coming up, you're kind of rounding through the top of the back. Finding some strength. And then we're going to take our blocks, move them a little bit closer towards yourself, So you can place your not really your forearms, kind of around your elbow on each block. So move them where you need them to be. Set yourself up here for success. And you can press your hands together and just again let your chest melt down. Maybe you can drop your head in between the arms. I always like to find a little pulse or a sway. Really limber myself up here. Two more big breaths. And then we can gently release ourselves from our blocks. Moving on to some scapular retractions. So coming into this part of the back, right where your shoulder blades meet, we're going to be retracting and protracting them. So coming into a big plank pose. Wrists underneath shoulders, belly, navel drawn into the spine, gazing right in between your thumbs. On this inhale, take your shoulders and try to squeeze the shoulder blades together. So they're kind of coming out into little angel wings. Then on your exhale, press away from the mat. Send your upper back up towards the sky, kind of tucking your chin in. So on your inhale, you're thinking of kind of dropping your chest as you squeeze your shoulder blades. Then on your exhale, pressing away. Trying to make this movement really located, very controlled. Beautiful. One more breath. You got this. Squeeze and round. And then coming into some forearm planks. Just to work through the core a little bit here. So we can have our hands shoulder distance apart, or we can interlace the fingers. Coming into a little forearm plank. Hold here. And then release the hands. Come on to the side. The left foot is on the bottom. Reach the right arm up. Beautiful. Just working through little side forearm planks. Strengthening the shoulders and the core once again. All right, one more on each side. Beautiful. Return back to your forearm plank. Drop the knees. Take a little breath, little break, little breath, little rest. In child pose, maybe sitting up on the knees. Maybe circle them around. Give your arms a little break. Find anything that you need here to reset and be ready to go. And when you're ready, come onto the bum, making our way into a nice little low boat. So this is good for inversions because it really helps to kind of scoop out the lower belly. So extending the legs, come down as low as you can and just hold. Using your breath. All right, bend the knees, give yourself a break before we go again. And low boat time. All right, last breath. Lift yourself up, nice easy seat. Cross the feet at the ankles. And we're coming back into a forearm plank, but we're coming into dolphin. So return through your forearm plank, and this is where we can have our block here to kind of help guide our hands, in dolphin especially. So if you want to place it kind of in between the thumbs and forefinger, will help you kind of keep your shoulder alignment. All right, beautiful. And then we send the hips up, begin pressing away from the mat as you walk the feet forward towards the hips. And we want a nice long line, so we can begin here if we need to, knees bent. And then slowly, as we breathe and as we open, straighten the legs. Really pressing away from the mat. Create as much space as you can between your head, your shoulders, and the mat. Maybe you're shaking a little bit right now, like I am. That's okay. Hold here. Maybe you can walk up a little bit further. Beautiful. And we can stay here, or we can try to tap our nose to the block. Making sure to press away from the mat each time we return. Maybe it'll help us go a little bit deeper. All right. Staying here in our dolphin pose. Kick the right leg up, square the hips. Keep the hips nice and square. And then tap it behind you. One more time. Tap it behind you. Third time, right leg up and tap, bring it back down. Left leg, send it straight back. Hold here for a breath. And then tap. One more time. And tap. We can drop the knees, take a little break before we come back into dolphin and have some more drills. We love drills. We love drills. Whew. Oh yeah, this will definitely take me a little bit of time. I am shaking already. My upper body needs this. So this will be fun. Let me know if you're practicing this too. We can help keep each other accountable. All right, when you're ready, forearms back down. Assume the position, forearm plank, and then into dolphin. Beautiful. Now this time, kick the right leg up and begin to shift your weight forward so that your shoulders are over your elbows. Maybe coming up onto the left toes, the toe tips, and then back down. Dolphin pose. Come in as close as you can, and then the left leg comes up. Shift your weight forward and back. Right leg. Shift it forward. Pressing away from the mat and back down. Beautiful. Left leg. Shift it forward and back. Now my shoulders are definitely getting a workout. I need a 2-second break here. I was going to try to do a teeny little floating foot when we keep our legs up, but oof, my shoulders are burning. Okay, back into dolphin. This is so good for me. All right, right leg up. Shift the weight, keeping the leg nice and straight. Boop, teeny little hop. All right, and press away from the mat. Left leg up. Shift your weight. This probably looks so funny. All right, right leg up. We're going to do one more each side. Left leg. and then come back down. And if you are feeling confident enough and you want to try actual pincha right now or anything on the wall, please feel free. This was just I wanted to begin this journey for myself, and I thought, what better way than to let you in on this little thing that I'm embarking upon in case you are also trying to do the same thing or something similar, or it might just be really entertaining for you to watch. Well, that was definitely a good little workout. If you followed along with me, thank you. If you are still here, and if you have any tips, any recommendations, any suggestions, alignment cues, anything like that you want to share, I would love to know down below. And otherwise, thank you for joining Yoga with Paige, and I will see you next time.